instantly occurred to me that something was wrong when the water came out neon green and melted a hole in my bathtub. That was why I went to the local club, ordered a couple virgin sodas. Unfortunately for me, the drinks were prudes and spilled all over my best fake tuxedo t-shirt. The bartender asked me, what was I doing up at this hour? Of course, I didn't tell him about what was happening. If anything, he already knew where this night was gonna take me. Down to the very bottom of my crawl space, where the big rodents live. I've set some intricate raw hamburger traps, keeps them slow enough to catch. See, then when the road's too quiet, I just bag them and put them in other people's mailboxes. Just a little hobby, I guess. Overall, the bad news was there was this huge hole in my bathroom, but no Lou, no John, no crapper. It was Don. So where was I to defecate? That was the question. Did this happen to anybody else on my street? The cockroaches didn't seem to care, so I step on them, except the ones that fly. Don't mess around with those jerks. Poison the jerks, before they crossbreed with the mosquitoes or ticks. I'm getting awfully tired of this excrement. Last time I had a problem like this, I ordered a pizza. Because I had no fridge, or trustworthy food for that matter. It had all gone way bad. My kitchen is still stained from the meat blood from those days. It was a mess. Maybe, just maybe, there's some hotel. If I get lucky, I will find money in the bed, instead of the usual fringe murder victim. Those Motel 8s can be a real gamble. One time I was watching a Larry Flint classic when my TV exploded. C4 in the television, but worse still, the curtains caught on fire, so I put them out. But no joke. Murky blue water, like the kind at barber shops. Bad idea. The 5-0 rolled up, and brought, of course, the bigger and far more official 6-0, as in the feds. They wanted to arrest me on charges I hadn't paid for my room. Thing is, I ordered the room maybe 30 minutes before, and gave them my information, my ID, my birth certificate, stool and seed sample, hair sample. They wanted to make sure it was me. Because I guess some people smuggle in other folks' fluids for some creepy fetish reason. Unbelievable that would be sexually appealing to some weirdo. The 6-0 didn't know what jokes were anymore. They didn't laugh at that. They were done with me. Sent me home and explained that the water had been tainted by space toads. That was BS, I thought. Until I heard the croaking everywhere that night. In the desert. I just slept it off, pretended it was nothing, even when my windows broke. What's the point freaking out? It's just space toads. There we go. That's much easier. Way back. In the younger parts of Centaurian 20's analog memory, Mephistopheles was tinkering with the shallow soul of the sloth. The bradypus was creatively endowed, but only enough to realize it had a deadly sin named after it. Self-awareness came with some unsightly repercussions. Knowing one's own stupidity was too much. Morality hadn't sunk in yet. Thus it was necessary to make a blood pact with a few other arbor harborers. Betrayal was the main part. Convince these less intelligent bradypi and simians that they too will become enlightened. Of course, that enlightenment wasn't as endless for the others. A ritual needed to occur in order to summon a demon. Eternal wisdom had a cost. Obviously, that sloth paid the price. With simian cardiology, none of these interactions were natural, and yet, as the deal was made and the circle of blood was traced into the deep ridges of the ground, an unsuspecting zoologist captured this sloth. His name was Dr. Hennings. Mansfield Hennings, a poor cursed man with severe arthritis. Balanced out with valiant fame, fortune, and silent films, the sloth soon became famous, able to run faster than a cheetah, creating enough to solve intricate algebraic formulas, intelligent enough to speak fluent Aboriginal French. Manning named his sloth Stoic and brought him everywhere. Then one tragic day, Stoic had reasoned with himself that a purely vegetarian diet just would not do. Manning was an aging, rickety man, and saying no to such an interactive and brilliant beast seemed unfair. If Manning had been raised a yes man, maybe he could have accepted life's circumstances. Blackened feet, arthritis, brittle bones. Stoic could feel his owner's pain and decided one day to end it for him. Stoic, waiting till Manning was slumbering, and gently fluffed his pillows, sadly looking down at his tortured adventurer friend. Of course, the next morning Manning was dead, smothered to death. And Stoic had long since ran away, feeling an outcast. He summoned his demon patron and asked to be let go. The demon voraciously laughed. "Ha ha ha ha! You shall be immortal, and none shall know you of your true nature. In 150 years, you will be the laughing stock of the human race. All will find your pictures and view you as dumb and cute. Ignorant and lazy, none shall respect you." So Stoic faced his oppressor and lost, becoming something we now call a meme. That is the sad end. And as Centaurian 20 ticks his last tick, his baby brother 21 stretches his arms, staring out into the present, tucking old man 20 to his fifth dimensional resting place. The end.
Woo! 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 Thank you, James.
Hey! Yeah!
Somewhere in the down-and-out country of Perplexia, Animosity was training up for the big-time emotional Wyathlon. Trouble was the big boss, with a body that was only the ingredients you hate that get in your eye. Sorrow had to be a dark gray wind, being cold, but not like agitation. The itchy, the sweaty, the too much. Damn it, enough. It's in my eye. Stepped on another tack. Emotional physicalities, competing for power. Anger and happiness were great rivals, secretly friends, and yet neither could really perceive the other. They were almost the same. Nobody had ever seen anger in the same room as happiness. Malevolence and despair spoke of their plans among the complicated beings, with their free will and physical bodies. Self-pity and lust would have arm wrestled had they arms. Violence had the best time doing the worst things. And we remained bored. Violence was hitting on malevolence. "Oh, Malevolence, you're so pretty." Oh, it was getting pissy in there. The whole room was transforming. Teenage angst started crying and yelling, brooding off in the corner. Nobody understood. Nobody ever understood! Anger ran over and kicked teenage angst, infecting the other feelings. The body carrier had become unstable, vomiting out vile words, crying blood, and shitting out eggs. What to do, it thought. Instead, it pierced its ears, ate a bag of eyeliner, drew devil horns on its breasts, and ran into a church, breaking windows as he ran, leaving a trail of broken glass and stubbed toes in his wake. Mania was the host of this party. Called Antlion Kindness. Antlion Kindness, spare us, from one last awful mess that we don't care to clean up. Let the stains seep into the carpet. Let the mold eat through the floorboards. Pretend the enlightened didn't get away. Ooze your words, drip, drip, dripping lake of fire, my desire. Hearts rushed, pumping just beneath the stingers that used to have wasps attached. The eagles with giraffe necks, abstraction, interaction, no more end days, just the forever nights. Plutonium lamps, rusty tire swings, stretchy ropes, swinging back and forth, playing forever and ever and ever, lost in the labyrinth, beyond the foreshadowing, towards the end of invisible friends and visceral pets that don't need anything more than distance. We sing for anger, for envy, for fixed intervention, exorcism, exercise, biting turtles, bouncing plumbers. Nothing but the data, the little numbers, numbering off each other, bleep, bloop, blank. Finally we respond, getting to the choking victim. They almost lived. What a relief that we stopped their savior and let them join us here in the dead world.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's more.
Oh.
In the necropolis, suburb of the damned and disillusioned, no comments, just a silent nod. And that was all it took this time around. A gesture for the almighty weasel that will keep snapping its curdled jaws until it's just another part of the decomposition lottery. The real end!
Anyway, yeah, that's my own style.
That was the real end. How about a hand for James?